Hello, all. So today I want to talk about the infamous coronavirus, or as I call it, the Kung Flu, and kind of how I think it's going to be playing out in the next year. We are about 1 year in. I remember the madness hit around middle of March last year, but a lot of people were getting sick in the few months before that. I do think I was one of them. I don't really go to doctors, so I never got tested, but I did experience loss of taste and smell for a few days and had some cold symptoms. So, good chances that I did have it. So where are we at now? Allegedly 360,000 dead from this. I say that because whatever's been manipulated. Here in Arizona, for example, if you die and they go back and look at your death certificate, they match it. If you had a positive test in the last 60 days, you're automatically counted. You could have had stage 4 cancer. You could have caught it, got over it, and 3 weeks later you finally die from the cancer. You count. They're doing this for financial reasons. These medical facilities are getting a huge payoff. And the more numbers, the greater fear you can spread, the more you can control people. It's all pretty easy to figure out. We have these lockdowns all over the country, particularly in blue states. You can't go to work. You can't go to church. You can't assemble. They're starting to arrest you for leaving your house and also for having gatherings of more than 10. So it's some pretty scary Germany shit. We have these masks too, which we're told we have to wear everywhere and do it for someone else. What a nice socialist thing. My health is not your responsibility and vice versa. So no, I don't wear them. It's all a panacea. It's all feel-good virtue signal shit. So count me out. Of course, we've had these stimulus bills, which, of course, we get a little bit of money. Businesses get a little bit of money. And billions of dollars go overseas. So it's just more pork, more political crap. Of course, in the next week, with Creepy Joe taking office, the script is going to flip. The media is going to be complicit. They're going to fall right in line. You're going to see these telethon-style numbers they have on the upper right corner of their screen go away. You're no longer going to see total cases, total deaths, today's cases, today's deaths. That will gradually go away. You're going to stop hearing the sob stories. You're not going to hear about the young 20-year-old who had no pre-existing conditions who died. Or here in Arizona a couple weeks ago, it was a 25-year-old mom with no pre-existing conditions, now on a ventilator, critical condition, all just to stoke your fear. There's no real reason to do that. He's going to have to take some draconian measures, of course. If he doesn't do anything, then I think people will figure out that it wasn't his responsibility. But if he does something, he can take credit for it regardless of the result because the media will cover for him. He's talking about this 100-day mask mandate, which I think we know better. I remember in August he said to wear masks for the next 3 months. So that was about, 5-6 months ago? And now he's saying 100 days. So we know that's going to turn into 300 or 400 days. It's not going to do anything. Everyone that's wearing masks now are going to continue to wear them. Those who don't are not going to. It's not going to make a difference. Sure, you could do a national lockdown. That's just going to screw everybody out of a job and make things 10 times worse. And of course, what are people going to need then? They're going to need the government, and they're going to come up with these stimulus bills. And of course, more pork with that. They're going to sneak in their agenda. It's just going to get worse and worse. The fundamentals of the economy as of now are still good, even though people are out of work. The tax policies are still in place. The regulation rollback is still in place. So if we actually did open up again, we could recover relatively fast. So if he locks us down and then opens us up again and the economy recovers, he'll be hailed as a hero. And of course, the media will fall right in line with it. They, of course, will lie. They'll tell us everything is okay, even if it's not. It's completely all part of it. The vaccine, I noticed they've been kind of silent on. They haven't really said a lot about it other than the rollout's been slow. Well, how much of that is just government inefficiency? How much of that is governors hoarding it just for that reason? They want to hold it back now. When Biden takes office, what are they going to do? They're going to start giving it out. It could go either way. We don't know. They're not really saying a lot about the efficacy of it. I think they want to kind of wait and see. If it comes out that it works really well and it stifles the virus, well, of course, he's the hero. If it turns out it doesn't really do anything, then of course they'll say that Trump hurried it and didn't allow the pharmaceutical industry to research it properly. They'll find a way to blame it on him like they always do. Of course, the virus tends to go away in the summer when it gets hot. This happened last summer, and they eviscerated Trump for saying the virus would you see it go away when it gets hot. Virtually went away here in Arizona. I remember we had 84, 200. It was well below 500 cases a day for a couple months in the heat of the summer here. Of course, now it's up to 7,000 or 8,000 a day, which is a natural progression of viruses. It gets colder, they come out. So, of course, if this virus rollout happens in the spring and it goes away in the summer, once again, they're going to make him a hero. What happens in the wintertime when it comes back? They're probably going to use that as an excuse to put the same restrictions back into place to push more government on us. Myself, I will not be taking the vaccine for a couple reasons. One, I don't do needles. Yes, I'm afraid of needles. Two, I think it's kind of pointless. These viruses mutate. It's like the flu. Every single year, you got to get a flu shot. What happens next year when it's a completely different strain? Are these vaccines going to work? And if they don't, we got to start from scratch again. It's going to be a never-ending cycle. And on that point, why is Bill Gates investing in life-saving vaccines? Isn't this the same guy that's been saying for years that the population of the world needs to be less, so basically we can save the world from us? So I got to question his intent there. That he doesn't belong doing that. That's my prediction. I think this is going to get a lot worse before it gets better, but the media is going to spin whatever narrative they can. So we'll see.